Hey everyone, Pastor Robbie here, along with my lovely assistant and wonderful daughter, Sadie.
Hello.
And today, we want to welcome you to our new special Christmas series called It's Beginning to Taste a Lot Like Christmas.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. Sounds delicious. But quick question, why did we call it that?
Well, I got to thinking about some of the foods that were really popular around the holidays, many of them that we only hear about at Christmas. Can you think of any?
Oh, you mean like fruitcake? I never really see people eating fruitcake at any other time of year.
And most of us don't like eating it at Christmas either, but yeah, that's a great example.
Or what about figgy pudding? I'm not even sure what a figgy is, but they sure seem to demand it in the song We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, we like to sing, "Now bring us some figgy pudding," even though most of us have never even tasted it.
Yeah, I think a basic Jell-O pack of pudding like chocolate suits me just fine.
Now I know what I'm getting her for Christmas.
Very funny. Can you think of any others?
Well, yeah, in fact, I know of 3 delicious drinks that are very popular at the holidays. And we're going to feature each one of them in this Christmas series.
No wonder we're calling this It's Beginning to Taste a Lot Like Christmas.
Exactly. And we're going to show everyone how to make them, and then we'll even taste them ourselves.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. What are they?
The 3 most popular drinks at Christmas in America are hot chocolate, wassail, and eggnog.
And I'm guessing we'll be learning a lesson with each one as well.
Right again.
Probably smart to stick with drinks, since we're not really a cooking channel.
Oh, I don't know. I think I could probably make a pretty decent fruitcake myself.
Dad, it once took you an hour and a half to make a 3-minute egg.
Good point. We'll stick with the drinks.
Plus, this is a great time for me to show off my favorite recipes for each one. Shall we get started?
Hold on, not so fast. Since this is a Christmas series, and most people love playing games, I thought it'd be fun to start off with a little quiz called I'll Drink to That. In today's quiz, we'll feature our first drink.
Hot chocolate?
Bingo.
How do we play?
Well, it's real simple. I'm going to give you a question about hot chocolate, and your job is to pick the correct answer.
Well, jump in, gingerbread. What are we waiting for?
Well, if you're playing this game at home or at school or at church, I'm going to ask a question and give you 4 choices, A, B, C, or D. And you can pause the video while everyone makes their choice. And then you can either see who gets the most right or eliminate players when they miss one and see who the last person standing is.
Okay, so what's the first question?
Question number 1. Who invented hot chocolate? Was it A, the Chinese, B, the Norwegians, C, the Mayans, or D, the Egyptians?
It does get pretty cold in Norway, so I'm gonna have to go with B, the Norwegians.
Oh, so sorry. The answer is C, the Mayans.
The Mayans? Who are they?
Well, the first chocolate drink is believed to have been created by the Maya in Mexico and Central America around 2,500 to 3,000 years ago. And a cocoa drink eventually became an essential part of Aztec culture by 1400 AD.
But they didn't even have stoves or microwaves back then.
Imagine that. Question number 2. Which U.S. president was a big fan of hot chocolate? Was it A, George Washington, B, Thomas Jefferson, C, Abe Lincoln, or D, Bill Clinton?
I think I remember hearing about Bill Clinton liking food. So I'm going to go with D, Bill Clinton.
Oh, so sorry. The correct answer is B, Thomas Jefferson.
Jefferson?
Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd United States president, purchased his first batch of chocolate in 1775 and was immediately hooked. In fact, today, visitors to Monticello, Jefferson's home, can sample hot chocolate made the way Jefferson liked, using stone-roasted cocoa, sugar, and spices.
Fascinating. What's the next question?
Question number 3. Which hot chocolate mix was rated the best tasting hot chocolate mix by the Eat This, Not That study? Was it A, Swiss Miss, B, Hershey, C, Nestle, or D, Ghirardelli?
Oh, I love Ghirardelli chocolate. It has to be D.
Oh, so sorry. The answer is A, Swiss Miss.
I knew I should have said that one.
Here's a little hint. When it comes to food quizzes, always go with your gut.
Yeah, I knew I should have said Swiss Miss.
That's what I call a swing and a miss.
Very funny.
Last question. The world's largest cup of hot chocolate ever made was A, 8 gallons, B, 85 gallons, C, 880 gallons, or D, 8,248 gallons.
Wow, I can't imagine finding a cup big enough to hold any of those. I'm going to have to guess C, 880 gallons.
And you are correct.
All right!
In 2013, at Tampa Bay's Museum of Science and Industry, 300 local students worked with teachers to produce the pool-sized brew, which included 1,100 pounds of cocoa and 87 gallons of powdered milk. At the unveiling ceremony, kids shot marshmallows into the hot chocolate using homemade catapults.
Now that's what I call a pool party.
Well, I hope you did well if you're playing at home, but now it's time to move on to our object lesson for today.
So, what are we going to learn about today?
Well, today we're going to have some fun learning about peace.
Peace? Oh, are we going to make hot chocolate using Reese's Pieces?
No, we're not talking about that kind of peace. We're talking about the kind that comes from the Prince of Peace.
Jesus.
Exactly. Let's take a look at today's verse that comes from Psalm 34:8, where it says, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him."
Wait a minute. That verse doesn't even mention the word peace.
You're right, but what does it mean?
I'm not sure. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. I guess I'm not sure what refuge means.
Refuge is another word for protection or shelter. In other words,
A place of peace.
exactamundo. If we taste and see that the Lord is good, that means we are spending time with him by praying or getting into the Word. And if we do that, we're blessed because the Lord becomes our home base for living life.
And there's no place like home for the holidays.
And beyond. One of the reasons I love using hot chocolate today is because it's considered somewhat of a comfort food. And it's a good reminder of the peace that God can bring us if we learn to take refuge in him.
I love it, both the Lord and a good cup of hot chocolate.
Is it any wonder that hot chocolate is the most popular holiday drink in America? And now I think it's time to make some for ourselves.
But Dad, you stink in the kitchen, remember?
I know. That's why I'm depending on you to take the lead. Can you show everyone how to make your famous, show-stopping, crowd-pleasing hot chocolate?
You mean the kind that is made with real dark chocolate that turns out rich and thick and has just a hint of peppermint with a dollop of whipped cream on top?
That's the one.
Never heard of it.
Would you get serious? The kitchen is all set and ready to go. Do your stuff, girl. Let's get jingling.
Let's do it!
Come on. All right, we're here in the kitchen. What do we need to get this party started?
All we're gonna need is 4 ounces of real chocolate, dark or milk. I suggest chocolate that has at least 50% cocoa. You can use chocolate bars or chips, whichever you prefer. 4 cups of milk. You can use whole, skim, almond, coconut, whatever works for you. Whole and coconut will turn out creamier. 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. 2 tablespoons of honey or maple syrup. Dairy whipped cream. Peppermint candy. Step number 1. Thoroughly chop up your chocolate. Step number 2. Crush your peppermint candy. Step number 3. Pour milk into a pot on medium heat. Step number 4. Add cocoa powder and whisk it into the milk while it all heats up. Step number 5. Add honey or syrup and keep whisking until all the clumps are gone. It will eventually froth, but make sure it doesn't boil over. Step number 6. When everything is well mixed and simmering, add the finely chopped chocolate and mix it in. Continue to stir and watch the color change into a darker, more luscious brown. Keep whisking for about 5 minutes as it simmers. Step number 7. I actually made my own whipped cream by mixing heavy cream, sugar, vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt with an electric mixer. But if you want to keep things simple, you can buy whipped cream from the store. Step number 8. Pour hot chocolate into a mug.
Preferably a Family Moments mug.
Right, and step number 9. Add a dollop of whipped cream on top. And finally, step number 10. Sprinkle on a little cocoa powder and peppermint. And you are ready to taste and see that the Lord is good.
That's the best cup of hot chocolate I've ever tasted. And you make it look so simple.
No offense to Swiss Miss or any of the others, but nothing beats the real thing.
Exactly. Enjoying God's peace is a beautiful thing. So, Sadie, what did you learn today?
I learned that real peace in this life comes from the Prince of Peace, Jesus. And the best way to enjoy that peace is by spending time with Him in prayer or in the Word.
Exactly.
And when we taste and see that the Lord is good, we find refuge or peace in Him, kind of like enjoying a nice cup of hot chocolate.
Very good. Now, at the risk of offending you, are you open to a little criticism?
Oh, I don't get offended very easily. My worth comes from being a child of God, not from your opinions. What's on your mind?
Well, it's about your hot chocolate. Are you sure you won't get upset with a suggestion?
Dad, I'm good. What's on your mind?
Well, first off, it tastes absolutely delicious. It's just that I'm a little partial to marshmallows over whipped cream, that's all.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? We can fix that.
So, you're not mad?
Not at all. Just wait here and I'll get you a marshmallow.
Wow, you are pretty secure. Thanks. Wow, that's a pretty big marshmallow you got there.
Here you go.
What the?
We'll see you around.
Oh.